And we're back getting ready for a second half action. It's the bronze medal game of wheelchair basketball brought to you by HP. The black team leads 24-10 at the moment. Just a dominating first half performance from the black team. Joseph Whitcamp leading the way. He was just all over the place. 13 points for Joe Whitcamp, leading all scorers. 24-10, the black team leads it over the gold team here in the bronze medal game. So to start things off, the black team sends out Whitcamp, Norris, Locklear, Acosta, and Torgy Bryant. For the gold team, Johnson, Peterson, Patton, William Peppers, and Wayne Miller. So they quickly go inside to Peterson. He puts it up and in. That's probably what the gold team is going to need to start things off. Quick buckets to try to make that comeback. It's now a 12-point game, 24-12. To start things off here in the second half. So Joe Whitcamp, he has 13 points to lead all scorers, goes inside, ball poked away. Johnson picks it up.
Those are definitely the defensive stops that the goal's going to need to get back in this game.
Acosta and Peterson fighting hard for it. As Acosta pulled the ball away, just pulled Peterson right to the ground.
See the strength of Acosta there. He wasn't giving that one up.
So Patrick Peterson with a quick bucket here to start the second half to make it a 12-point game. It's 24-12 as we begin action here in the second half. Again, this is the bronze medal game here at the National Veterans Wheelchair Games in Spokane, Washington. Steven Sandberg, Paul Schulte here with you for xable.com. Nice little give and go pass, but not able to control it was Norris. Johnson picks up the loose ball.
Oh man, there's the opportunity for that transition, for them, chance to get for them to push the ball. That's definitely what gold needs. Nice passing.
Inside to Johnson, nobody's on him. Flips it up but can't hit it.
Oh, chose to go straight at it with the finger roll. Trickier shot. He may have heard footsteps there. No pun intended.
As your momentum is carrying you to the basket, I'll let that one go. As your momentum is carrying you to the basket, I have to imagine that it takes a little bit more seasoned veteran of wheelchair basketball to be able to adjust to constantly moving towards the basket to get those shots off.
You know, especially from that low. You know, when you're sitting in a wheelchair, the layup isn't quite a layup. It takes some effort and some skill to put it up accurately.
Joe Whitcamp puts it in, brings it back to a 14-point game, 26-12.
Well, Whitcamp's starting off right where he left off. He is just doing it all on defense, passing, shooting. He's got to be feeling great out there right now.
So here's Patton squeezing by Acosta. Wanted to go up with the shot, not in time, but fouled before he had a chance. He's frustrated.
I don't think he was frustrated with the call there.
We now the coach of Jonathan Miller go to the Power Soccer Volunteer Tent. The coach of Jonathan Miller to the Volunteer Power Soccer Volunteer Tent. Thank you.
So gold team inbounds, trailing 26-12. Here's Peterson on the perimeter. Peppers inside to Johnson. Good pass, but he couldn't control it. He gets it back on the loose ball. Tied up. They're saying the gold team's going to keep it. At halftime, William Peppers kind of acting like the coach there in the gold huddle. He was telling them to talk out there, you know, start calling your shots and staying focused. You got to make sure that you don't lose sight of what you're playing for here. It's the bronze medal is what he was saying.
Peppers a veteran out there. He's definitely got the reach. He's one of the biggest guys here.
Patton lobs it up with one hand, can't connect. Here's Peterson on the offensive rebound. That doesn't go.
Boy, they have struggled. Have struggled to get to put a string of baskets together.
Pass inside, intercepted by Patton. He's trying to get things going in transition, trying to use that speed of his to his advantage.
Black able to make a pretty nice recovery there.
Nice dish over to Johnson. He's met by Whitcamp. Lobs it inside to Peppers, puts it up and in.
Woo. Desperately need a basket there for gold.
First points of the game for William Peppers. He found it right where he wanted it, underneath the basket. He was actually telling his team at halftime, don't just give the ball up to me when you run out of options. He is the tallest guy out there, but he hasn't necessarily been in the best position all night to score.
Tell him, hey, big man, you're a big target.
There's Acosta. He answers on the other end.
The back pick by Brent Norris that time worked out really well as Peppers was nowhere near to contest that shot.
14-point game, 28-14. The black team leads it. Here's Patton. That three-pointer is off and out of bounds.
Good try. They need him to be aggressive, but boy, he's sure looking for his touch right now.
The only player to hit a three-pointer so far has been Joe Whitcamp. That's because he's been doing it all. Patton has taken a couple of them, but hasn't connected yet. They go inside, loose ball, poked out of bounds, and we're going back the other way. So everyone on the black team quickly back on defense, obviously trying to negate that speed of James Patton. Gold team hasn't had a whole lot of success in the half court in this one. It's been a great matchup between Patton and Whitcamp, but obviously Whitcamp has been on the better end of that one. CJ Johnson can't connect.
Chance for a break.
The other way.
Nice transition.
Dumps it over to Locklear. He can't get it to fall. A missed opportunity for the black team. They had it right in their grasp.
Whitcamp went for the save that time. You're actually not allowed to throw it off another player while you're going out of bounds. So an experienced Paul Kamich referee knew the call to make there.
Here's Miller. Rolls around and in.
Nice shot, right in the middle of the lane, contested too. Well done.
Making use of William Pepper's size that time, he was able to see the floor. He's one of the tallest guys out there, so he was able to find Wayne Miller in a good position going down the lane and just dump it down to him with those long arms as Peterson is whistled for the foul. So the gold team scoring every now and again, but they haven't been able to string some buckets together to try to chip away at this lead.
Not a very consistent attack. They really need to decide what buckets they want to try to get. They want to try to organize themselves for, and then push hard for those.
Into the game for the black team, George Ramsey.
Norris with a nice pick on Peppers.
Here comes Whitcamp on the move, launches it, it goes in.
Boy, with that familiar bank shot, does he just have that going on tonight or what? And the gold team has no answer for that shot from Whitcamp.
What a performance from Joe Whitcamp here this evening. 17 points so far. Inside, dumps it off to Miller. Thought about a shot from Butler, but gave it up.
Nice pass, an opportunity from underneath.
Miller was wide open that time. He just didn't want to take the shot.
Must have, hard to tell from this angle whether or not he was too far underneath.
Whitcamp inside to Acosta. Good pass. Doesn't drop, but he's fouled, and he'll go to the line for a couple of free throws.
Smart move by Johnson there. Smart move with 14 minutes left. You want to, gold team really wants to try to use their fouls to test black at the line. coming in, number 13, replacing Charles Johnson. With CJ out of the game, means a little less firepower on the offensive end. We'll see what Gerloff has.
And that second free throw doesn't draw iron for Acosta. He now heads out of the game, being replaced by Torgy Bryant, who re-enters. Well, I'm not sure what the official call was at the moment. It looked...
Could be a free throw violation on goal. That's about...
So Acosta,
I have at this
any way you
point.
look at it, gets another attempt. Still doesn't make the most of it. Loose ball going towards the sideline, out of bounds, and it goes back to the goal team. So that's going to go down as 3 missed free throws, I believe, for Raul Acosta. 16-30 is our score. The black team leads it with just under 14 minutes remaining in the second half. This is the bronze medal game from Spokane Convention Center. Wheelchair basketball brought to you by HP. So Patton trying to get something going. He's been quiet so far, only 4 points. Now fires a shot. Off the rim, Miller is there, but it was poked away from behind. Good job by George Ramsey to get a hand on it. So Joe Whitcamp, turn it on the Jets, go to the basket. Good pass over that time, but he throws it away. Norris had the turnover. Black team got it back, out of bounds again, going back to the goal team.
It's the black attacking in transition. They really have, they have the inside firepower, great speed in transition, and the shooting from outside of Whitcamp. That is going to be tough to beat. 14-point lead now. Gold is definitely going to need a spark.
They haven't been able to find enough points in bunches tonight.
It is a technical foul on the gold team for a substitution error there.
Six players on the floor.
6 players on the floor. That's not legal, even way up here in Spokane, Washington.
There's a little bit of confusion. Wayne Miller found himself as the odd man out. He just headed to the sidelines. Ivy Early just came back to the game a few moments ago. A little bit of miscommunication with the gold team. So the officials gathered together, obviously talking about that call, making sure that Miller wasn't heading for the sidelines during the substitution and they just inbounded the ball too early, or if he was still remaining on the floor intentionally, or rather unintentionally, maybe he didn't know he was being taken out as the ball was coming in.
An alternate strategy, and not a bad one, except that would be a violation.
If you can get away with it, more power to you. That's why they got 3 officials.
Hey, boy, I'll tell you what, they may need 6 goal players out there to stop Joe Whitcamp from everything he's doing out there tonight.
Joe Whitcamp, 17 points so far in this one. He's hit a 3-pointer and he's just been scoring from all over the place. In addition to that, he's been the distributor on offense as well.
Very efficient shooting, great passing. Well done here tonight.
So here's Early on the low block. Tries to get it back to Gerloff, but Whitcamp right there. Great defense. He takes it away. Lob it inside. Not able to control it that time is George Ramsey, and Patton picks up the loose ball. Trying to get that speed going. It hasn't been there for him all night. Goes baseline, runs into Fretz. Lobs it over to Peppers on the other side. He banks it home.
Great runner by Peppers.
He scored 4 points, all of them coming so far in this half.
As much as the goal team has struggled for momentum, they're really only 12 down. And with 12 minutes to go, they've got time.
But Whitcamp answers again with a bank shot.
Well, not with shots like that from Whitcamp, my goodness.
He now has 19 points to lead all scorers by a wide margin. And the black team leads 32-18, just about 12 minutes remaining in the second half. Patton, he's been quiet, now going baseline. Looking for an open man, but forced to pass it back out to Peterson.
So that's not entirely James' fault there. He's the ball handler, but none of his team is getting much movement.
Patton finally connects from the outside. 6 points now for James Patton, cuts it to a 12-point game, 32-20. If Patton can get it going, there's still plenty of time for the gold team to come back, but a beautiful pass inside. Fretz can't convert. Wasted opportunity. That was a beautiful pass from Joe Whitcamp. Here's Patton again. Gold team looking to cut it to a 10-point game. Peterson trying to set a pick for Patton. He takes a couple of them, launches it, air ball. That one goes out of bounds and they go back the other way. CJ Johnson back into the game. The gold team sensing the fact that they have a little bit of momentum right now and they have plenty of time to come back from that 12-point deficit. They're going to need Johnson and Patton to start getting hot here.
Motion on offense is going to be the key. I think if gold holds still, they're going to be real easy to defend. Easy call there for the referee.
Foul going to be whistled on James Gerloff.
As soon as a player has gotten his rear wheel past you with the ball, if you make contact with the backside of his wheel, that's a pretty easy call for the referee. Nice to see some intensity out of Gold as far as guarding Whitcamp, though. That effort needs to be there.
It's going to be Johnson that heads over to check Whitcamp now. To the left side, inside to Locklear, finds himself wide open, but he can't hit it. Ball goes out of bounds, last touch by Patton. He wasn't ready for that pass, and another turnover. That's a costly mistake. Gold team starting to get down to crunch time. Here's Ramsey, ball poked away, a foul going to be whistled on Gerloff. Second foul on Gerloff in about 30 seconds time.
The enforcer, he seems to be out here on a mission.
Again, this is the bronze medal game here from the Spokane Convention Center. We've had a great week of wheelchair basketball so far. Have there been any moments that you've seen, Paul, that have really stuck with you as this week of wheelchair basketball is going on?
And, you know, to see the competition and the camaraderie among the players, it's really been an awesome sight to see. There have been some great performances. Certainly one that we're witnessing here today by Joe Whitcamp as an errant pass flies across there. But we've seen some great string of baskets put together by some of the teams here, including some that have been some of the nicest performances put forward by the green team in red, who will be facing off just after this one for the championship.
So timeout called by the gold team with 10:35 remaining in the second half. They still trail by 12, 32-20. They trailed by 14 at the half. They haven't made up a whole lot of ground. It's getting down to the wire for the gold team here, Paul. What are some things that they're going to need to do besides obviously slowing down Joe Whitcamp?
Boy, you know, I think number one as far as trying to slow down Joe Whitcamp is to really hustle in transition. They need all 5 of their players pushing hard to get back to the defensive end. If Black is able to get any amount of mismatched numbers and get seams to the basket, that's going to equal death for the gold team. And on the other side, boy, I would think a high post offense, something to be able to give Patton and Johnson an opportunity to make moves without the ball and set up for shots, while perhaps Peppers running a high post offense, something. But with the black team able to key on Patton while Gold isn't making much movement of their chairs, it's going to be tough going.
So the gold team inbounds it, trailing by 12, 32-20. 10 minutes and 30 seconds remaining here in the second half. Let's see what kind of adjustments they make coming out of the timeout. Patton out up top, gets it inside to Johnson. He's double teamed in the paint. And he's forced to dump it back out to Patton. Long range shot, that was a 2-pointer, but it's off and rebound to Fretz. So Fretz bringing it up the floor for the black team. Cross-court pass to Whitcamp. He's been hot. 19 points so far. Back inside to Fretz. Puts it up. No. Loose ball to the ground. Peppers picks it up. And here comes James Patton. Let's see what they can do.
See the speed of Brent Norris, able to, two class 1s, 2 number 10s. Norris is really really working hard on that defense, and it's paying off for the black team. You see, they're
on the high block.
Pretty much when he has the ball, they are double teaming him right now. Johnson pretty post up.
Very nicely done. Charles C.J. Johnson is able to bank it in. He now has 6 points. That seems to be his bread and butter over there on the right side. That one-handed shot.
Boy, they'd give a lot to have a few more of those. Black team with a back pick. You see Fretz coming into the picture now. He'll have a seam to the basket.
There's George Ramsey. He's able to knock it down. First 2 points of the game for Ramsey puts it back up to a 12-point game. So the goal team finally got it down to 10 points, but that back pick ended up working out well. Wasn't anybody down there to pick up Ramsey as he scores to put it back up to a 12-point game, and another timeout called by the gold team. James Patton obviously not liking what he was seeing out there the last couple of possessions. It's only been about a couple of minutes since that last timeout they took.
James, an experienced player, recognizes that these next few minutes here will help set them up for the long stretch, and they really need to find some movement and organized attack in order to get a couple high percentage buckets here.
It seemed like nothing had changed for them coming out of that last timeout. They still have the same kind of stagnant attempt at offense that time.
It can really be a challenge with these teams. These guys have actually, most have never played together before. The teams get picked at the beginning of the week and then assembled. So you have a full range, very experienced players, guys that are playing for their very first time. So trying to orchestrate a team offense on the fly is one of the challenges of these games.
We were talking with Orlando Perez last night. He was telling us that between the time you first meet your teammates to your first game together, sometimes it's as little as a half an hour. Here comes Locklear. He's fouled on the pass-off. Looks like they're going to give it again to Gerloff. That's his 3rd foul in the past 5 minutes.
Bringing the intensity on defense, but so far with no reward.
Black team leads 34-22. 8:34 remaining here in the second half. Here's Joe Whitcamp. What a game he's been having. 19 points so far. Gets it to Locklear. On the move, going inside to Norris. He can't control that pass, and Patton comes away with it. Out of bounds, it's going to go back to the black team. James Patton forced out of bounds by Glenn Fretz that time. So Fretz heads out and Raul Acosta back in for the black team. Checking in for the gold team is number 11, Walter Evans. That ball poked away, but Acosta gets it over to Ramsey. Now back to Acosta. Whitcamp back inside to Acosta. He's fouled.
Pretty passing and a good foul on the interior by Walter Evans. Acosta's 0 for 2 on the free throw line so far, and that'll be if he's not able to convert on this, that may be a weakness the goal team will want to exploit.
Well, this is what the gold team wants. They need to slow down this ball game. There's about 8 minutes left in this one, so any stoppage of play gives them more time to try to make a comeback. It's a 12-point game right now, 34-22. And Raul Acosta misses the free throw again.
Big
5
rebound.
missed free throws tonight for Raul Acosta, so good strategy there if they need to put somebody on the free throw line.
Oh, great hands there controlling that pass.
Here's C.J. Johnson. Patton going to the basket. Great pass. Flips it up with the left hand. Up and in.
Boy, as good as ball handler as James is, gold team really needs somebody else to step up and allow James to use his full court speed without the ball.
Patton has 8 points. He leads all scorers on the gold team. Here's Locklear. Peppers late to check him, but he's able to alter the shot just enough. Johnson throwing it up court, intending for Patton. He's got it, going to the hoop. Up, no good. Another transition opportunity. Whitcamp gets the pick from Ramsey. Flips it back to Ramsey, going to the hoop. Shot is up and off. Johnson will let that one go out of bounds.
Boy,
Gold team.
Johnson let it go out of bounds. I think I would have grabbed that one and tried to push it while back team was getting back. While the black team was getting back. Opportunity to attack them before they set up their full defense.
Probably a wise decision. We haven't seen the gold team have a lot of success in the half court. Of course, then again, we haven't seen them have a whole lot of success in transition either. That's why they're trailing by 10 points here.
Yeah, the black team has really been able to hustle back on defense and neutralize that transition game that Patton and Johnson have played so well throughout the week.
So it's a 10-point game. The gold team looking to take it down to single digits here. 34-24. The black team leads it. We're under 7 minutes remaining in the second half. Here comes Patton, inside to Johnson. He's met by Ramsey. Loose ball. Peppers flips it back, poked away. Patton comes away with it. Now back inside to Peppers. Puts it up. No. Missed opportunity. Peppers at point blank range, not able to connect. Locklear had it taken away by Gerlach, but that momentum carried him out of bounds, so the black team will keep it. 6:22 remaining.
10-point ball game, still a lot of time.
Gold team needs a stop. They haven't been able to string too many of those together today. Walton Locklear with the basketball. Now back to Whitcamp. Whitcamp has 19 points, but he hasn't scored for quite a while. But then again, he hasn't needed to. Acosta spinning around. Bounce pass to Whitcamp. On the move. That shot is off. Ramsey with the offensive board. He is fouled on the shot attempt, and he's going to go to the free throw line. First trip to the line for George Ramsey. Let's see if he can hit a couple of free throws. If not, then it's still a good strategy for the gold team with 5:54 remaining. Only player on the black team to take a free throw so far has been Raul Acosta. He's missed all 5. So George Ramsey, just the second player on the black team to go to the charity stripe. He can't hit the first one. This is the bronze medal game, wheelchair basketball here at the National Veterans Wheelchair Games. George Ramsey can't connect on the second of 2 free throws. So another chance for the gold team to cut it down to single digits. Peppers back over to Gerlach. They need to get over the half-court line, and they do. Patton inside. Johnson forced to spin around. There was Ramsey, and he's whistled for a foul. Nearly catching Johnson off guard there. Almost took it away. So Paul, with the gold team down 10 points, they have a chance to make it 8 here. What do you want to see from them on offense on this possession?
Boy, to not get frantic and to still look for a close range, a 10-foot shot right now from Patton or Johnson would be nice.
Thrown away from Peppers, another missed opportunity. So here comes Whitcamp, passes it over to Locklear, puts it up, doesn't drop, rebound. That shot doesn't go from Ramsey. Patton is right there, and he's forced to try to give it up. Peterson controls for the gold team. There it goes to Patton. He's now got a chance to use that speed. Up with the left hand, and